We live? Yeah, we are. What is up, people of the internet? That is me, Real American, back in with the news stream, and that is right. We're live on this beautiful, what is it, March 11th? Yeah, March 11th, 2025. I hope everyone's having a great day, and we're joined by the usual suspects in John and Mr. Real Text of Politics.
Hello.
The usual people.
Hello.
So, there's a lot to talk about today. We got breaking news out of California. We got to talk about Canada. We got to talk about egg prices. We got to talk about, well, what is probably the biggest story of the day. What happened with Thomas Massie. That's gonna, I can already tell this is gonna be a very fun video, isn't it? Or stream. It's gonna be very, yikes. Now, before we continue, don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends, and of course, join the channel today. These are all great ways to support the daily content, and if you have any questions, concerns, comments, or just want to support the channel even further, best way is sending super chats via the chat. Again, I'll read through as much chat as possible, but usually super chats, best way your questions answered. Let's see here. Let's see, we got super chat. Yeah, we do. Mike for 5. I'm Team Massie. He represents the brand of America First I subscribe to. The party should be purged with the neocons and foreign agents, APAC. Yeah, so I guess we got to start with the story of the day. So for those that live under a rock, Trump is going after Thomas Massie now. I believe he actually said he wants a primary challenge to him now.
Yeah.
Let me pull this up. Yeah, so I'm not that surprised by this, but still, it's one of those things that's gonna make some people upset. Last night was fun on Twitter, so.
Yeah, so
Let me pull this up.
I mean, this was something I was pretty much always expecting, but it seems like Trump is doubling down on that. I do think Massie will get primaried. I think it just depends on his challenger. So far, the only rumored one, for better or for worse, seems to be Chris LaCivita, who actually lives in Virginia.
No, please, no, not him. Okay.
But of course, there's also the possibility of like Eric Dieters, who's the perennial candidate. I think he's like a felon or something. I don't know.
I don't know. You gotta get someone better. I would say TJ Roberts, but that's not gonna happen, I don't think. But
no, TJ's fully behind Massie.
I know he is, but it's like I would have supported him, but alright, Nick the Elated for 5. Massie's is admittedly not my biggest primary target, but he still has betrayed Trump on some stuff we can always do better. Yeah, so okay, I want to be clear about one thing. And I think most people would agree with what I'm saying. What Thomas Massie is saying, it's not wrong, per se. Like, I understand why he's voting no on CR. I understand, because we've went down this rabbit hole before. It's like, oh yeah, we'll do it a couple months, it never happens. But here's the problem with Massie. Did he literally vote for all of Biden's CRs?
I believe so.
I swear he actually voted for all the CRs for Biden.
There might have been a few he didn't vote for, but
I thought that he voted for the big one that got rid of the debt ceiling or whatever. I thought he voted for that one.
Yeah, that might have been the case. I don't remember exactly, but
so for starters, why the hell did he vote for those? Why?
I guess less spending. I don't know.
They raised spending even more. This CR doesn't it not change a damn thing? Doesn't it just say, oh yeah, we're gonna have the same spending, or actually cut spending? Yeah, it doesn't actually cut spending, now I think about it. Like, it actually cut some spending, or freezed it. So, is that what he wanted?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. John, what's your thoughts on this?
Well, up until he actually made the vote, Massie was actually very nervous about all of this. He went on Ann Coulter's Ricochet podcast, and he told her, she said, "You've been the most principled conservative in the entire world." And then he said, up to this point. And he was saying that because he was like, I don't know if I can do this. This is a lot of pressure. I don't know if I can even do that. And so what I'm saying is he's getting massive pressure from Trump, although I will say he did say please. Trump did say please when he asked for Thomas Massie to vote on the CR. But he was getting immense pressure from his friends, from people in the Freedom Caucus, from literally everybody that likes him. And they were saying, listen, we just have to be unified right now in order to avoid a shit show. And Thomas Massie decided, well, I'm the principled conservative, so I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to make this a moral grandstand. And well, the problem with that is that this is not the season for principled conservatism. I'm sorry if you like principled conservatism. We are in full political realism right now. It is all realism. That's Trump's admin. That is the way that this administration wants to run, and it's about the government functioning, and it's not about like making moral grandstands, because ultimately, and this is what Trump has a problem with. Trump doesn't have a problem with Thomas Massie wanting less spending, wanting fiscal conservatism. Trump has a problem
With him
with
being Mr. No.
Thomas Massie being used by people that hate Trump, both on the right and on the left, in order to protest vote against what he's doing. And that's all it. Being Mr. No, yeah, that's a really concise way of putting it. But ultimately, Massie is just the last little bludgeon that these people have to try and destroy Trump's work, because ultimately there's a lot of these people in these establishment conservative groups that still really just want to turn back the clock. They don't want the MAGA party. They want to go back to the Romney party. And this is like Massie's their only ticket right now in order to have any sort of protest against these people.
American Nerd for 5. Rappers we should back either Savannah Maddox or Felicia Rawborn, the most right-wing members of the Kentucky State Legislature, to replace Massie. Yeah, they're pretty good. Richard Head for 2. So primary Massie, but not Graham or Crenshaw with the F. Well, Crenshaw might be in trouble. That's what I'm going to say, but we'll see. But as for Graham, it's like, the thing with Graham is he sucks, but he bends the knee to Trump. Like, he will always bend the knee to Trump, no matter what. So it's like, yeah, we gotta prime him out eventually, but if he just does everything Trump says to do, is it really that big of a target?
He says a lot of stupid shit, and he's very much Ukraine first, and I want Graham primaried out. But the problem is that I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
Trump, he is a Trump loyalist.
Yeah.
Even if he disagrees with him on foreign policy,
he literally has to vote yes and everything. Because one big vote, he says no, he's done. That's Graham's problem.
And not only that, but his main primary challenger is likely going to be, I think, Ralph Norman, who endorsed Nikki Haley in the primary. Yeah, and even if that was with Trump's permission, it probably sacrificed any chance of him being endorsed by Trump.
We'll see. We shall see.
But yeah, Richard, I really want to say to you, it's like one of the things about this is Massie was thinking about voting yes, and he got gaslit by all of these people who were trying to prevent Trump from getting elected into making this decision. And that is a real problem when we have such a tight majority. Now, if we have like a really plenteous, like a thorough majority, would anybody care about this?
No, don't care.
Would Trump be demanding primaries if we had 10, 20, 30 extra, House of Representatives? No, of course not. It's the wrong season. And Massie, just like most other libertarians, when you don't understand power, when you don't understand the time, place, and occasion to do things, it makes you a liability. And so my message to Thomas Massie isn't get out. My message is take a note out of Javier Milei. Don't be Cato the Younger and kill yourself. Be a Marcus Aurelius. Take responsibility for all of this. And yeah, you will have to compromise sometimes, but ultimately, we are better with Thomas Massie being here than not. And if he wants to stay, he needs to learn how to play the game. That's
that's his biggest problem. Is he's so gun ho on that stuff. It's like, dude, you have to compromise. I know you don't want to, but dude, you have to. You have to understand that your stuff is not going to pass no matter what. And it's like, my biggest question is, has he proposed anything to actually fix this? Ever? I'm being honest when I ask it. I don't know.
If he has, it's never made it out of committee, and
yeah, so it's like
he's never had the power. It's all about power, and the thing is, if we get more power, if we win, if we like actually just completely bucked all trends and did well in the midterms, he might actually have the political leverage to do some of the things he wants to do.
Yeah, it's like, and Chip Roy
he does it right now.
Go on. No, go on.
No, that was literally it. And in regards to Chip Roy, I brought this up last night. You go and look at Chip Roy. He explained in detail on Twitter, both in text and in a video when someone took a video of him. And he said, this is what Chip Roy said. He said, listen, we have all been given a seat at the negotiating table here. We are not being ignored. We are being listened to, and we have an actual voice. Now, again, it could be exactly what Massey thinks, and maybe 6 months down the line, jack shit happens, and that is a possibility. And I'm not precluding that. But Chip Roy, who is in that same sphere, said, "Look, I feel like I'm being heard. I feel like I'm part of this team. I want to stay on the team. Let's go team." And I don't know if it has to do. I don't know if that has to do with in December Trump saying Chip Roy should be primaried. But at the end of the day, Chip Roy's decided to be on the team, and it's only Massey that's trying to be a thorn in the side, Mister No.
So I wanted to read what he said because he put out a quick statement. Why 6 months spending free CR? 1, keeps the lights open for Elon Musk and Doge. 2, Dems want a shutdown to stop Elon. 3, no earmarks. 4, no big omnibus. 4, 72 hours of read. 5, set up White House and pound identify waste. 6, set up cuts in 26 and 27, and free/stop spending increase. Chip Roy of all people said this. That's the point of CR. Again, I want stuff in it. I'm not denying that. But for starters, we can't pass the Doge cuts now. We can't. That's what people don't understand, because I think we still need 60 votes, right?
Yeah.
It's like, it's a weird system they got. I think it's dumb the way they do it, but it's like, they have to get 60 votes for the first thing, but then they could get around it later. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to say, okay, we'll keep the same crap now so it passes. No changes, which that's why Democrats want shutdown. They know this is their only way to stop the Doge stuff from passing down the line. That's why they want shutdown. So,
and then they can blame it on Trump.
Exactly. They could blame it on Trump. They want to shut down because this is their only chance to stop the Doge cuts, which they're going to happen. That's what Massey got to understand. It's happening in, what, September? It runs till?
Yeah.
So it's like,
it's about half a year.
Dude, you have a half a year to figure out every single thing you want cut, and then you can pass it. You can pass it easily.
Yeah, what's up, Luke?
What's the scoop? What's the scoop?
We're talking about Massey and about the reasons why Massey should have gone the Chip Roy direction and really just kind of buckled in for this. And I agree. And I think one of the things that should assuage the fears of people that are on Massey's side, that are like, well, nothing's going to happen in September. Trump does have a very real distinct interest in getting those cuts through Congress. But it has to happen a certain way, and it can't happen with all of our funding for everything else getting shut down. And so that's the really important part about all of it. And so it seems like the whole team has talked about this, and they're like, we're going to get the cuts in September. And if Trump doesn't do it, if the party doesn't do it in September, that's actually going to harm Trump's presidency. Because he needs to get the economy under control. So it's one of those things where it's like there is pressure on the executive branch to make sure that these cuts get through in September. But right now, it's a matter of survival right now. And Massey is not in survival mode. He's in die on this hill mode. It's not gonna work.
Wait. So if we need 60 votes, why is Massey on blast? Well, because it needs to pass the House first. Then it got to go to the Senate, and at that point, Democrats have to pass it. Because if they don't, they can't really say anything. But they want it to fail in the House. That's what they really want. Because it's like, oh, the MAGA Republicans, they started a government shutdown. But if it goes to the Senate, they have to vote yes. So that's why they want a shutdown.
And Democrats, I think, have promised they are going to vote no.
Yeah, so make them shut down the government. That's what we're trying to do. But people like Massey, I don't get why he doesn't understand this. He's a smart guy, but at times it seems like he's like arrogant, like on purpose, like ignorant. It's like, dude, you have to understand we have to do it this way if we want to get permanent cuts. So,
well, yeah. I mean, beating the drum is how he got his power. Beating the drum is how he got all of his prestige. And he really takes, and what I listen to him, it sounds like he takes a lot. He puts a lot of stock in the prestige he has in his committees, that he has in the Freedom Caucus. And so all of that stuff rushes to his head, and he's like, well, this is where my power comes from. I must beat the drum or my power goes away. He thinks his power is connected to being the principled conservative, at least right now, not back in 2017 when he first signed the Trump bill, not when he was signing all the Biden CRs, not, at any other time that he's compromised, which are few because he's pretty principled. But at the end of the day, it's, right now, my power will ebb and fade if I, I guess, do what everybody else is doing. I don't.
I don't get it. I just don't get why Massey's doing this. I don't know. It's dumb.
Look, I'm a fan of John Doyle, and this is what he said about the situation. I like Thomas Massie, but he, like Ron DeSantis, whom he supported over Trump. By the way, remember, guys, like 3 or 4 days before the election, him laughing about someone writing in I think his name as vice president with Ron DeSantis
Yeah, I
on the
remember
ballot.
that.
Yeah. So, anyways, he says, but he has decided to make himself into a vehicle for people who want to oppose the president because they hate them. Maybe his heart is in the right place. I think it is, but his judgment is not. So that was what Doyle. There's more that he wrote, but that's like the important part of what Doyle said.
Yeah, I don't know. The whole thing to me is just dumb. Just vote yes, dude. Who freaking cares? Have the fight in September where it's like, okay, then put them on blast if it doesn't get cut. That's all you have to do. Because now you actually have time. It's like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if he's getting paid off or something. Well, I don't think he is, but I don't know.
Well, there are some of his primary donors, and again, I'm not bringing this up to attack Massie, but it's really important to bring up the fact that some of the establishment people that are in connection with his like primary funding, um, they really don't like Trump, and they don't like Trump because they see him as hostile to like the fiscal conservative agenda, and so it's a natural opposition, but it's also a very stubborn opposition. They're not even willing to cooperate. So he has some very uncooperative, antagonistic voices that are the primary people keeping him on the dole. So that's something to keep in mind. And I'm not trying to attack him saying that. I'm just making it as a matter of fact statement. Also, oh crap, I forgot what I was gonna say. Go ahead.
I don't know. Eric for 5. Used to really like Massey, and I still agree with him on some things, but he's morphed into Justin Amash the past few years. That's what I'm worried about. He just turns into Justin Amash 2.0. That's my concern. I don't think he will, but some of the stuff he's been saying is stupid. Again, he follows me on Twitter. Probably unfollow now I said that, but it's the truth. I mean, like, dude.
Is you Massie or Amash?
What? Massey.
Who
He
follows
me.
you? Oh, Massie.
Yeah.
And also, this is what I was gonna say. We don't hate Massie. We like a lot of what Massie does, and we definitely prefer Massie being there. Over
I admire that he doesn't take money from APAC.
Yeah, that's the one thing I'll give him credit for. That's ballsy to do that.
We admire Thomas Massie in many, many ways, but here's where we're at. We're at the precipice of his career. He has a few months, a year and a half to figure out how he's going to stay in the mold of the Republican Party. And I think there's a couple ways he could do it. He could actually get more power while he's doing this if he chose to do so, but he has to get smart. He has to think like he has to actually be a politician right now and engage in political realism. And if he doesn't and he wants to die on the hill, again, I make the reference, he's going to be like Cato the Younger. Cato the Younger hated Caesar and, decided that he would rather and Caesar was offering him clemency. He was offering him pardons. He was going to be like, hey, bro, we all love you. Cato the Younger, I know you don't like me because I'm like dictator and stuff, but like, come back home, dude. And, we really love you in the Senate. And Cato, offed himself. And that was because the principles. And if Massie wants to do that, this is the end of his career.
Yeah.
If Massie wants to make a better government, he will get smart now, and he will figure out where his new place in this mold is. It's not this.
For those that are wondering, Justin Amash was the Michigan Libertarian, and he sucked. So he was awful. Yeah. He lost his freaking mind.
Yeah, and the thing with Massey, getting primaried out, a lot of people will say, "Oh yeah, he's faced primary challenges before. He's always survived them." Yeah, but he's never had a Trump-endorsed primary challenge, and he likely will this time around.
Yeah.
And now, I do think that, there is division among the base, I will say, but it also probably might be like determining like the online base versus like the regular base. So I think honestly, when it comes down to like how the election would go, it probably would be more like Bob Good versus or versus someone like Liz Cheney. as
Yeah,
in like how the election would go, and
it'll be
not as
close.
no
It'll be very
narrative.
close.
Yeah, because the base. I mean, there are people in the base that like Massie. Like there are people in the base that like Bob Good.
All right.
So.
American Nerd for 5. Kellen Coolidge Project posted this last night. Jim Cramer says that yesterday's market sell-off shouldn't scare off any investors. Can we panic now? Yeah.
Well,
But
it's really funny because there was one quote from Zero Hedge saying the opposite, saying that, oh, Kramer says the market, you should pull out of literally everything and only invest in Johnson & Johnson.
are you
And
serious?
so I'm like, who's the real Kramer? What is going on?
That's
Yeah,
Jim Cramer. It's like, what? Yeah, if he says both like the opposite things, what happens? Does the universe just like implode?
Is the universe about to collapse
Yeah.
because Kramer contradicted himself? Like, I'm confused.
All right. K-Cup for 5. Not gonna lie, I'm so sick and freaking tired of principled conservatives. Look at what principled conservatives have gotten us. Yeah, again, I understand why Massey's doing it, but propose an alternative, dude. Do something. Good lord. Mike
But,
for 5.
Yeah. I think his luck's gonna run out next year, in my opinion.
He's flying too close to the sun. Mike for 5. My main defense of Massey is he's one of the few people in Congress that aren't taking money from a foreign lobby. That practice should be illegal. Oh, listen, I agree with that. I'm not denying that's one of the things I give him credit for. Like, hey, don't take money from AIPAC. That's a good thing.
And that is unfortunately something that his successor will likely have.
And we gotta start a serious conversation about that. I think she banned.
Now, I'm not saying that his opponent is going to be a Randy Fine type. Now, if it is, I will. Now, if it is, I will support Massey in the primary. And Savita again. Las Savitas from Richmond, Virginia. So you got a massive carpetbagger, and I don't know if he's actually going to run, but if he does, then I will probably support Massey in that case. But
what if they made a compromise and I don't know, because it seems like Dan Cameron and the Scott Jennings guy both want to run for Senate. Maybe just run one of them in that district.
Yeah, but I don't know which one of them lives in the Covington area though.
Yeah, honestly, I would probably have Scott Jennings to Senate then, if that's the case. Because Jennings is he's weird. He's such a bizarre guy. It's like.
That's why I'd put him in the House first. I'd prefer him in the House where he has less influence first. That way, if he ends up being a joke.
Well, the thing with Jennings is
I'm skeptical of him because here's the thing: he's good on CNN and shit, which is easy. But you got to remember, he was a massive neocon, and he worked in the Bush admin. So I'd prefer to start out with him in the House and just giving him a Senate seat right away.
Luke, what I'm saying is Scott Jennings. I don't know if I could trust him 100%, but it's he's one of the neocons that kind of gets it. Again, we disagree on a lot of stuff, but he kind of understands the base is behind Trump now. He's maybe.
Well, I understand, but still, I don't think we should just give him the Senate seat right away. I'm just saying.
Right.
Oh, by the way, egg prices are down.
Yeah, I want to talk about this. So,
this is the Biden economy, guys.
Gas is down too.
Yeah, gas is down to the lowest since I think March of 21. I think.
Yeah, remember, guys, this is the Biden economy. Yeah,
so for those that don't know, egg prices, according to trading charts, it's down to $5.50, which is the lowest since the start of the year.
When they were going up, it was a Trump economy, even though it's at the end of.
I swear, if they start saying it's a Biden economy, I'm gonna freaking lose it. I'm gonna freaking lose my mind if that's.
I think the DNC is literally paid to say that. They literally pay their people to say that this is the Biden economy. So you're going to probably see David Hogg come on your, screen, I guess, or come on a video and say, oh, this is the Biden economy at its finest or some shit. I don't know.
Well, the problem for Democrats, I called this, by the way. I said, hey, if prices start collapsing right away, they that blew up in their face. Because they're making it sound like, oh, this is Trump's economy. He's caused the inflation. If it goes down the way it's going down with egg prices, for example, everyone's just going to say, oh, well, this is Trump's economy then. But they're going to claim it's theirs, so.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Also, in other news, in the state of California.
Oh, gosh.
Katie Porter has officially announced she is running for governor.
Yeah, let me pull this up.
And, there's already a very crowded field in Democratic primary.
If you didn't talk about it yet, we got to talk about Doug Ford later and, cutting off power.
What a freaking dumbass. All right, American Nerd for 10. Breaking. Speaker Johnson disagrees with President Trump's calls to primary with Massie, saying, I consider Thomas Massie a friend. He's a thoughtful guy. Did Massie vote against him as speaker? He did, but Johnson has to say that.
The House speakers have to defend incumbents.
Yeah, well, I think except Bob Good. I don't think he didn't like Bob Good, but
nobody liked Bob Good. Nobody did.
But yeah, so Katie Porter's actually running for governor. Oh my gosh, that primary is gonna be a shit show.
Yeah, and remember, Kamala Harris is still rumored.
She's gonna run. She's gonna freaking run. I'm gonna laugh hysterically because no matter who wins the primary, we all win. So.
Yeah, so I think so far she is probably the highest profile candidate. Although I will say that apparently the lieutenant governor is also already running, but that was assuming Harris doesn't run, so I don't know. I guess she might drop out if Harris runs.
Let's see. Could Porter or Harris divide the field enough for a Republican to squeeze in? Well, yeah, Republicans get behind what's his name?
I don't. I mean, I don't think so, because Harris has the name recognition to probably sweep the primary completely. Porter Porter probably would do well in her district in like Orange County, and that's probably it.
All right. But yeah, so Katie Porter, I don't know why she's running. Well, why? She's gonna get crushed.
She obviously wants power after her failed Senate.
She's gonna get absolutely killed against Harris. So, we need.
Anyways, I think Harris will be the next governor.
Oh my gosh! Good luck, California. Good freaking. Oh my gosh! Now I just realized because if she becomes governor, she has to be with Trump then for the governor meetings.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my gosh! That would be must-watch TV to see that.
Well, what I like about that is like just the merit of Harris winning the election is going to cause even more people to flee from California. like because they've already been fleeing, right?
Yeah.
But, like you're going to see a mass exodus of Californians and the ones that obviously are allergic to Kamala Harris, and they'll be going to Florida, Texas, Arizona, and I actually kind of like that. So yeah, go Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris is my favorite.
Yeah, well, we still need people to come to the Midwest.
No one's going to the Midwest. No way. They're not going to California to like Michigan. They don't want that.
A lot of Californians do end up going to Idaho though. Red Californians.
That's
they
weird.
That's I mean, Idaho. We already know they're going to gain electoral votes in the next census.
Remember when they said like Idaho was gonna like turn blue and like all the people moving there like 95% Republican?
Oh yeah, like until the election, we all thought that Ada County was like a ticking time bomb for Republicans.
Yeah, about
and
that.
And then it went to like double-digit Republican.
That's beautiful. But yeah,
safe Republican when everyone was probably predicting like lean or likely, or even a flip.
But yeah, so anyways, egg prices I do want to touch a little bit more on. So my guess is by the end of the month, it'll be back to normal. That's my guess. By the end of the month. Because now we get to the point now where, the chickens are starting to grow and they're starting to have their eggs now. So
I don't know about normal. I mean, they'll improve. I think it's going to be a while.
It's gone down $2.50 in like a week. So
I think it was only like 50 cents or something, but...
What?
I thought it was only like 50 cents or something.
No. Ever since early March, like March 3rd, March 3rd it was above 8. Now it's 5.5.
Okay.
So that's $2 a week. I'm not saying it could go down like $1, but still. K-Cup for 2. MAGA Californians.
Just from Emerson.
What?
50% of Americans think we're on the right track.
Said that here. What? Holy.
Oh, from Emerson. It is actually like a 50-50 split. A complete 50-50
Wow. Split. So their last poll is +4, so in margin of error. So for those that don't know, this question's been -30 for like, 20 years now?
No.
And now it's 50-50. Guys, this doesn't happen. So...
and then Trump still has a positive approval.
Look, the whole media and all the pollsters that were trying to tell us Harris would win by 4 or 5 points, all of these people were trying to recreate this narrative that like there's something horrible going on with Trump's approval amongst his voters. People are calling it the regretful Trump voter narrative. And we all saw this coming. This was always going to happen. They were always going to try to push this line. But stuff like this like right track 50-50, it just goes to show you, like, there's no faking that. There's no way you can construe that as, oh, well, Trump is collapsing in support among his voter base. No.
Yeah, the poll
for every voter that regrets their vote for Trump, which is very rare, there's probably a couple that regret their vote for Harris. I mean,
yeah. According to this poll, only 7% of those that voted for Trump thought he's doing worse than expected, and 5% said that he's doing better for Harris voters. So basically, it's like it interchanges, basically. And on top of that, it's like, the problem for Dems is like, yeah, Trump's approval might be going down, but people are saying like, yeah, things are getting better. What I think is happening is like, this is my theory. Again, I could be wrong, but two things. One, we're seeing the same three things. One, the polls are dog shit. I mean, seriously, these same polls, like John was saying, Harris +7 in Wisconsin, Harris +3 in Iowa. These are the same pollsters. But not only that, what I think's happening is there's response bias happening, where you're gonna bunch of these deranged leftists that are like, oh, Elon Musk is gonna kill Social Security in a week, and they're taking all these polls now. Which happened. Remember, 2024 that happened. It's like the Harris voters, like, they swarmed the polls, like Harris +20.
Right after Harris announced.
What?
Yeah, right after she announced.
That's what things happening. But also, I think some people are just like, a little bit like the honeymoon's a bit over for Trump, so they're just saying, whatever with him. But then when things start to get better, it goes back up. That's my theory.
Now, I will note, I mean, there is probably some legitimacy of a very slight decline in Trump's popularity, but that usually happens anyway.
Oh, yeah. I think what's happening is, like, it's going to 50-50 for a while, maybe 49-51, and then it goes right back up. When people are going to realize his policies are working, if they're saying the country's on the right direction, Dems are in deep shit. That's a question that's usually -50 or whatever. So, Stephen Howard for 5. What do you think is the biggest reason for Trump's increased approvals compared to his first term? Fewer tweets or something else? Two things. One, people begin to realize, oh, wait, it's okay to be a Trump supporter. A lot of them were private about it. A lot of them were like, nah, not gonna say it. I don't want to get, like, fired. But now it's like, oh, it's actually fine to support him. But the biggest reason, I think, is, compared to Biden, this presidency is way better. Can anyone really dispute that at this point?
No. If you disagree with the policies, you still have the most transparent and responsive president in like 2 generations, probably. Again, they did that border thing, like, and they did a thing where a month after the presidency, Trump had answered like over 1,000 questions from the media, as opposed to George Bush, Barack Obama, Joe Biden, all like answering maybe like 100, maybe 50. It's crazy. How
his first term as well, like even more than his first term.
Yeah, way more. It's like freaking 20 times the amount. It's like, dude, holy crap.
It's alert. It's responsive. Trump got back a prisoner from Russia. Trump got back hostages from Hamas. Trump has been stabilizing the Middle East, which Biden could never do. And Trump is trying to broker peace with Ukraine. And whether you love that or hate that, he is actually acting as president. He is doing his job, and Biden wasn't.
Yeah, so I gotta pull this up.
It's a low bar, but Biden set a very low bar for Trump to pass over.
All right. So Cowboy Coyote for 5. After last Tuesday, do you think Democrats won't even recover from this, especially after the fact they didn't even clap for that poor young man? Yeah, they've learned nothing. They've learned freaking nothing.
I mean, they are the party of feeder kids, and that's basically their strategy for probably the remainder of our lives, honestly. Let's be real.
I saw the poll that the rest of the Emerson poll, so Trump's approval went down a little bit, not a surprise. So the reason I think his numbers are going down a little bit is the economy. Which, if that's the only thing holding him back, that Dems are not going to be, they're going to be in deep trouble next year.
Even now, the economy isn't like, outside of the stock market, like we saw the things like gas is down for another week in a row. The egg prices, which the Dems made a huge deal about, are now like going down like hugely,
Yeah, it went down $10 in a week.
Yeah, it's below where it was when he came into office.
Below, but it's the lowest it's been since 2024 now.
Yeah. So this completely destroys the "what about eggs" narrative. Like,
which
what a pathetic narrative, but it's destroyed.
Speaking of which, there's this account probably owned by the Democratic Party. I think it's called "Has Trump Lowered the Cost of Eggs?" And every day they tweet no. And then today they tweeted no, and then
Sunday, I gotta see that.
Community notes.
Mike notes. For 2. Vance face memes will give him the 2028 presidency. The same thing's happening like it did for Trump. They memed in the presidency. That's what happened. They're doing the same thing with Vance. I don't know why Democrats haven't learned that. The Vance memes, I think, are cringe, but it's like you meme the guy into the White House. That's what we did with Trump. So you're doing the same thing again. Good luck. Chance to raise it for 5. It's BS when libs say that the Republicans liked McCain before Trump. A bunch of red states were close in 08, and the Arizona GOP censored him in 2014. He was never popular. Well, he was popular in Arizona, but the average Republican did not like him. So, which, again, this myth that McCain was popular, I don't know where it came from. I mean, the only reason...
It literally only comes from him winning Arizona by, like, 60 points.
Yeah, but it's Arizona. Like, he has a cult of personality there. That's why.
Even then, in 2016, he did not perform, like, very well. Like, in his Senate election.
And let's not forget, he literally lost Indiana.
There's a large portion of the people who propped up McCain's legacy that are sitting in graves right now, and I'm just, let's be honest here, okay?
They're all dead. I mean, they are. They were all above the age of,
like, you got to remember, he only got 53% in 2016. He won by 13, but that was just because the Green Party ran, like, somebody got, like, 6%. Like, he would have only won by, like, 6 points without that party split, so he wasn't even, like, this massive overperformer.
All right, I saw the tweet. Has Trump lowered the cost of eggs? No. Where's community notes on this one? Where is it?
You know, they probably unironically think that the egg price is going down as the Biden economy.
I'm gonna freaking lose my mind if that's what they
say. Biden lowered the cost of eggs.
Yeah, Biden came back from the grave and like magically lowered the prices.
So true, so true.
And then if they go back up, it's gonna be Trump.
K-Cal for 5. Haven't heard the media call China for dogpiling Canada with 100% tariffs. Bro, Canada down by 50 and other countries refuse to put their starters in. Yeah, so I want to talk about that, by the way. Remember when a couple of weeks ago, everyone was saying, oh, China's going to swoop in and take over North America. Remember that?
Yeah, it didn't happen. China and the U.S. are teaming up to screw over Canada. It's glorious.
Yeah,
I'm vindicated. I'm vindicated.
So, for those that don't know, what people were saying was because we were pushing away Canada, supposedly. Listen, they've been screwing us for years. All we're saying is, hey, pay up. But the point is, what people were saying was Canada, Venezuela, all these countries, they would move closer to China, okay? Well, China just put 100% tariffs on Canadian products. 100%. Which, by the way, I thought tariffs were like a terrible thing that no country ever uses.
So, what's Canada going to do? Are they going to start...
Go ahead. Start a trade war with China. Be my guest.
Are they going to close all their Chinese restaurants?
You notice no one said a damn word about the Chinese tariffs. Notice that?
You know, that's the thing. I mean, they love China, but they hate America.
Yeah. Well, not the media has not said a damn word. Is this going to collapse China's economy?
It's kind of difficult to. They're one of the biggest in the world.
Exactly. Guys, China is a very smart country. Like Trump says, they think 100 years in advance, right? They don't think by quarter, they think by year. Like 20 years from now. If they're putting tariffs on 100% of Canada, they're just dogpiling on. It's beautiful.
By the way, a little small news here, but Usha Vance is finally on Twitter.
Oh, she is?
Yeah. It's the SLOTUS account.
Okay. Remember when Harry's sister was blaming Trump for prices less than a day in his term? Oh, freaking beforehand, I remember. There was a poll from, I think it was Civics. I can't remember for sure.
Let me look up Harry's Susan. Let's see if he's gonna say the Biden economy.
Yeah.
No, he hasn't tweeted in 12 hours.
I wonder why. But no, like, I remember. There was a poll from, I could be Civics, I could be wrong, but I remember it was like November 4th. It was like 85% of Democrats said the economy was booming. It was great. It was good news. The day after Trump won, it went down to 30%. A 50-point shift in 2 days.
The Trump economy.
He's not even president yet, and they're already blaming him for it. Mike for 2. Canada's getting double teamed by the 2 superpowers. Yeah. Which, Luke, you're right about. We're gonna actually work with China. We actually have a pretty good relationship with them.
Let me also bring up another tweet that
Trump's going to Beijing
in June. What does China
April.
get out of it, though? That's my question. Usually, they always do it for a reason.
I think no, because like a while ago, Trump came out and said like we're working to get like a good trade relationship with China. I think Trump and Xi are probably going to come up with an agreement. That's probably what's going to happen. Like China's going to stop screwing over the U.S., but like both sides are going to get something out of it. I think we're going to end that trade war.
Yeah, that's the whole point. President Xi knows like he can't. A trade war is not what China needs. They can't afford it. Don't let people fool you. They can't afford
also
it.
wanted to work. He also wanted to work on that nuclear disarmament thing, Trump. So like, I think he knows to do that. He needs good relations with Beijing too. So
yeah,
it's gonna.
General
We'll see what
Hydra for
happens.
5.
I'm excited.
Sometimes I feel sorry for common sense Democrats feel lost and disgusted by the Democrat Party, but all of them are leaving and walk away movements. Well, yeah, like I think most of them have left already. They're all gone.
Do you guys ever turn into Al Smith? You know, like you ever like or whatever? I'm getting his name wrong. The black guy that they're
Stephen
trying
A.
to say was
Smith?
going to be
Smith?
president. Yeah,
Stephen
Smith.
Yeah.
Like you turn into Stephen Smith's show, and he's like screaming at the top of his lungs about how stupid everything is, and it's really funny.
Well, I mean, like, if that's your best, like, by the way, he made fun of the idea that people want him to run for president. He's like, if I'm your best option, you're screwed. That's what he said.
Yeah.
He probably still will run, but we'll see what happens.
I don't know.
Anyways,
what was he talking about? He was talking about something the other day. No, he was saying that he put Byron Donalds in his cabinet if he got elected. So I don't think.
He can't win a primary because the thing with Stephen A. Smith. He's already gets transgender stuff. So.
Well, he said that transgenders are like oppressing women's spaces. Like that, Dems are not going to vote for this guy in a primary.
K-Cup for 5. Stephen A. Smith dropped gold on Al Green interrupting. Trump didn't even have an opportunity to pass gas, and this man is standing up and protesting. That's real.
All right, so I want to bring up a tweet that this is the one I just sent in the chat, by the way. So these are the, in my opinion, the most likely candidates to succeed as Sylvester Turner. And
we gotta talk about that.
Yeah, because I don't know when the special election is going to be. Probably over the summer, but these are the 5. 4 of them are actually listed on the Wikipedia page. The 5th one I added, which is actually third on the list, is just someone I added. So first off, we have Erica Lee Carter. She was already in Congress for like 2 months. She was the placeholder. Well, she basically served as the placeholder while Sylvester Turner. Basically before Sylvester entered office. Because the special election was held on election day. And of course, again, she's the daughter of Sheila Jackson Lee, so she'll probably be the front runner just because of that. Next on the list, we have Amanda Edwards. She's the former member of the Houston City Council, 2-time candidate for this district in 2024. She ran in the normal primary back when Sheila Jackson Lee was running for mayor, and she stayed in the race. And then she ran in a special election and lost to Sylvester Turner. Third on the list, this was the one I added to the list that he was not on the Wikipedia page for the election. This is Isaiah Martin. He's a Gen Z Democrat activist. He ran for the seat back in 2023 and then dropped out when Sheila Jackson Lee entered a race like 2 days before the filing deadline. This guy would be like Maxwell Frost. In fact, he would be like the Maxwell Frost of Texas if he entered office. So, just something to keep in mind. Next up, we have Jarvis Johnson. He's the this is not the YouTuber, but this is a state rep in Houston. He's Sylvester Turner's successor in the state house, and was a candidate for this district in 2010 and 2024. And last on the list, we have Letitia Plummer. She was a candidate for the district in 2024 and is a member of the Houston City Council.
All right, so basically it's going to probably be Jackson Lee's daughter, basically.
Yeah, I mean, either way, it's gonna be Democrats because
Wow,
it's
it's
like
gonna be a Democrat in a Democrat seat. Wow.
yeah,
Now,
wow,
what
it's
did
like
Tyrone post? Ooh, okay, we gotta talk about the tariffs thing. Yeah, so, friggin' Doug Ford, what a dumbass. Listen, say when you about Shine, how do you say her name? Scheinbaum in Mexico?
I
Yeah,
guess so. I don't
Sheinbaum.
know.
Listen, I'm not a big fan of her, but she understands how to play the game. She knows how to like deal with Trump. It's like, hey, let's talk.
Even though he's also trying to be like the girl boss.
Yeah,
to,
she's
like,
trying to be a girl boss, but
Americans.
she's being smart about it. She knows that, oh, we can't afford an economic war with America. We can't do that. But this genius, and actually I got a quick super chat. Colton Langs for 2. It's literally insert the new chip. Yeah, that's what it is for the economy. It's like this is Trump's economy, but then egg prices go down when they change chip.
Doug Ford wasn't his brother a crack smoker.
Yeah, he was had hookers and stuff.
Yeah, and he also died like
All
several
right,
years ago.
so let me pull this up. Gotta pull this up. Yeah.
So basically, he wants to take away power like electricity from the Midwest.
Listen, if you know what Trump's gonna do if they do that, because that's threatening Americans right there. It's like, oh, it's middle of the winter. It's well, not the middle of winter.
Yeah,
But...
that's probably grounds for like an invasion of Canada, like a literal like ground invasion.
Let's just take it over. Yeah.
I just love though how we're like how us and China are just like both like going to Canada. It's hilarious.
Well, because everyone knows, like, listen, every honest country like China, like there's like smart countries like China, Mexico, Argentina, they understand that. Oh yeah, a lot of these countries have been using us for years. They're admitting.
Yeah,
this.
somehow the left-wing
honestly,
nationalist president of Mexico is getting along better with Trump than Trudeau.
She is because she's smart about it. Because she
the
knows.
funny thing is, the resistors in Michigan would probably happily give up their power to
Oh yeah, they will.
like for electricity to Canada, only to own Blumph.
But like, listen.
Well, also I will say I think part of the reason with Mexico is just she's basically a puppet of AMLO. AMLO and Trump were like very good friends when he was president of Mexico, so I think that's
Even though he
probably
was like
why too.
even though he was like a communist, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was, but like he's one that's a brain. So, but yeah, what I'm gonna say is like Canada, like if they try to like cut off electricity to the Midwest, first of all, that just gives Trump more reason to be like, oh, we're gonna make more here. Which does he think that America needs Canadian electricity? Does he really think we need it? Because all we're gonna do is just increase more energy here.
He doesn't need it, and we don't need it because I think like the surplus that they give to American outlets, it's a large number of homes. It's like a couple million homes almost, but it's only like 8.8% of the Ontario energy market or something like that. So it's like it's not like they're all going to shut down and die the next day if they stop like feeding Americans actual energy or anything, but it's just really ridiculous to think that he's going to win this war. He's going to plunge his province and all of Canada into a recession with all of this nonsense, and it's really funny and hypocritical like to see the Canadian conservatives essentially just play hand in hand with the liberals on this.
What the hell are they doing?
All those people that campaigned on free markets, right? Free markets?
Yeah,
you guys were
the free market is going to save us.
And now you're boosting tariffs because Trump's a meanie.
Yeah, so Trump is saying
play.
He wants to increase. He's adding another 25% tariff on Canadian steel and aluminum. Good luck, Canada. Good freaking job. All we're gonna get is
this to you too, Rob. If Trump does continue these tariffs on Canada, the liberals are going to get even more cooked because now that they're in and like they're not trying to resolve it at all, like there's nothing that they're going to be able to do. So they're cooked now, but like Pierre's going to win. That's all I'm saying. Like no matter what happens, I think he's going
to. I think Pierre's going to win, but how big his majority is really going to depend on whether or not he pivots rhetoric. I think his rhetoric right now is really bad. I think he was going to win a super majority, and now he's like getting himself down to a slim majority just with like really bad rhetoric.
What he should have done, and I know it's all hindsight, but what he should have done is say, hey, listen, we made this with Trump on the tariffs or whatever, but Trudeau put us in this mess. Instead of working with America, he put us in this mess, and now he's trying to like act tough now. So
yeah, like literally just be like, Trump is this existential monster that was always going to come. and it's here now, and you have a totally incompetent governor. No, prime minister.
No, it's governor. It's governor. Governor Trudeau.
You have a totally incompetent leader in Trudeau that's incapable of actually solving this problem. I know how to solve this problem. I know everything that Trump wants, and it's also because it goes hand in hand with what I want for the country. I want your children to stop dying of fentanyl. I want you to be able to afford houses, blah 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 blah. Whatever he has to say, just like be it like, well, Justin Trudeau is this giant toddler, and Mark Carney is now taking his place, and just like this is their mess, and they can't clean it up. Vote for us. Let us clean it up.
Isn't Carney like literally a Ford National or something?
Mark Carney?
I thought so.
I actually
Wouldn't surprise me.
He's not a. He's from Canada, but he's like a massive globalist guy.
That's
like
what I
he's
thought.
called himself a globalist banker, and he said that's exactly what Canada needs right now.
Please.
And also, he used to be governor of the Bank of England, not the Bank of Canada, the Bank of England. He was the governor of that during Brexit, actually, and he was basically like a full-time campaign for Remainer.
All right, Chances Razik for 2. Slotkin's acting like she won by 30, not 0.3. Yeah, Slotkin's a dumbass. What the hell is she doing? American Nerd for 5. Andrew Desiderio posted on Twitter that Scott Brown just walked into the Senate GOP lunch. He's definitely going to run in 26. I think he's running. I think Scott Brown's running.
Oh yeah, inflation is tumbling.
Wait, what?
Inflation.
Yeah, look at it's in general from Eric.
Yeah, I saw that. True-flation's up with new numbers, and it's the lowest in, gosh, how many years? 4, 5?
It's the lowest in several months. I know that, but
it's like the lowest in a long time.
It's the lowest since the end of Biden's term, basically.
So,
it's the Biden economy, guys. The Biden economy.
Yeah. So this is what I was saying. Like again, January we had like what was it 3%? Was it the CPI went up by 3?
Yeah.
So and Trueflation had roughly 2.93%, roughly. Now in February it was like 2.5%. Now in March it's looking like 1%. We're not gonna know for a couple months for sure. I think actually tomorrow's the CPI report actually. So we're gonna know tomorrow what February's inflation. So, anyways, Jimmy Mashak stand for 5. They're not even a real country anyways. South Park, they are. But yeah, they're fake. I mean, they're right at the country. That is Canada.
They're a state. They're a state.
Well, speaking of Reddit, I mean, I saw John posted. I don't think I want to really talk about that, but yikes. Reddit's not good.
Well, I if we just it's about the Tesla stuff, and I posted it not because I want to get really like explicit and down and dirty into it, but at the end of the day, Tesla workplaces are being terrorized by Democrats, and this just goes to show you it's like this radical element of the left has been allowed to go free for so long, and I really think the political after effects of this are not being studied properly. I think this actually has an impact on how people will vote in the future when they see the most radical 20% of the Democrat Party do insane things like slash tires on Teslas, like harm random
and they run
Tesla
the show. They run the Democrat Party. The 20%.
They run the show.
The people in the insane asylums, they were led out by the Democrat Party. They were like, here, guys, here's the keys to the kingdom. That's what they did. So,
yeah.
All right.
These are the people that do like the interpretive dances at the protests and shit. You know,
these people are nuts. These people are freaking nuts. The stock market is struggling. Yeah, again, like, listen, the stock market is struggling, but that was gonna happen eventually. It was bound to happen, guys.
And USAID staff reportedly instructed to clear out classified safes and personnel documents.
Bye-bye. Get out of here, USAID. Never liked you. I actually, should be honest, like, I didn't even know what USAID was till, like, 2 months ago. I don't think anyone did. It's like, what the fuck's USAID?
Also, I saw your tweet about Pam Bondi earlier. Should we talk about that?
Oh, God, listen. I got a lot of flack from that. Guys, Pam Bondi's been garbage. Can we just stop? Can we cut the bullshit? Pam Bondi has been awful. Listen, I had hope for her because she was a Florida Attorney General, but holy crap, she has been awful. All right? And Pam Bondi, what has she done in a month? Can anyone name a single thing she's done?
Well, I
She,
mean,
she released that. She said that some people were on the Epstein list.
So
yeah.
listen, I'll say that she has been
Didn't
on
specify
Sean
which one.
Hannity more often than she has released files, like she's supposed to. Guys, she is not a good attorney general. She isn't. I'm sorry. I had hope for her. I had hope that, hey, she was going to be a solid attorney general. But it's so bad that even didn't Kash Patel literally have to like create his own line to the White House because he doesn't even trust Bondi?
Mm-hmm.
I gotta pull this up. Kash Patel. Yeah, according to Eric Daughtry, so apparently, okay, so the report was they had a direct line to Trump, but then Eric Daughtry has a source, or a spokeswoman that said it's BS. I don't know what to believe, but point is, not good. A glitch EV for 2, Greenland election today. Oh, is it today? Is the Greenland election today?
Yeah, I guess it is. Are they gonna elect some nationalist party that's all Trump?
All the candidates are nationalist parties.
Okay, so they're all anti-Trump then, I guess. All right.
No,
not
and the
necessarily.
non-nationalistic parties are Danish unionist parties, so they're also
Yeah,
anti-Trump.
the non-nationalists are anti-Trump for sure, but then some of the nationalists are willing to not necessarily become a territory of the United States, but willing to work with Trump. Some of
All right.
Mhm.
so it's on the ballot.
Yeah, if anything, the anti-nationalist ones, yeah, they'd probably be the most like, because they're like all Danish, like pro-European people. You
All
know?
right,
So
hold up. We got breaking news.
who's probably the most likely to win, by the way? First,
We got breaking news. Everybody, Trump's about to sign a government emergency.
Ah,
So it sounds like
on energy.
when it relates to electricity.
Dude, we need a special military operation into Ontario.
So yeah, it sounds like, okay, what I'm guessing is gonna happen is they're gonna have like they're gonna use disaster relief to like keep prices low for electricity. That's what I think's gonna happen, or something like that. Be like, here's some
okay,
money.
so the government emergency is over Ontario getting rid.
Yeah, it was about electricity. That's all I know.
Yeah, so they're going to use this excuse to be able to pump more energy, to be able to produce more energy. And then whenever they decide to end the emergency, they're probably just going to find an excuse to keep the energy production going.
They'd be like, oh yeah, we're good. You know, we can keep it.
And then do a ground invasion of Ontario.
Yeah, we just send in like the Navy SEALs and stuff. Just send them.
But I think I don't think he was. I think it was a proposal of like not. It wasn't the entirety of Ontario, but it was like probably like a parallel or something. But we take over our like Toronto and London and all that.
I don't know.
This is so that's not happening, but the executive government that we have is essentially saying, America, we're going to produce our own energy. We don't need to rely on Ontario. We don't need to rely on Canada for anything, and we're going to let them feel the sting of how much we don't need to rely on them for anything by pumping up our power production just for these homes that are at risk because of the Ontario
You know
tariffs.
the craziest thing about all of this is? All Canada had to do was cut their 300% tariffs down. That's all they had to do. I mean, for those that don't know, Canada literally has a 300% tariff on dairy products. That's not a joke. All they had to do was cut it in like half or whatever. But no. They were so stubborn, it's like, no, we're not going to cut our 300% tariff. Which, by the way, notice how no one ever talked about that? No one ever talks about how they have a 300% tariff on dairy products. It's a joke. It is a complete joke. All right. But yeah, so inflation's down, egg prices are down.
Tariff me harder, Daddy. Canada.
Was that necessary?
Well, I guess that's like the left's, you know.
Anyways, Rap Canada levied
also post it without comment. Post it without comment in general.
Oh gosh. Rap Canada levied a digital service tax and other tariffs on us first. Even the Biden administration begged them to stop. Yeah, they were violating USMCA. So yeah, tariff Canada 100%. No, 500%. What are they gonna do about it? Act tough? Okay, just produce more stuff here.
Tariff was 1,000% or something. I don't know. Oh, apparently Harry Sisson has a girlfriend. What the fuck?
I saw that.
Harry Sisson really desperately wants you to stop calling him gay So he posted a picture of himself with a woman who was too afraid to show her face with Harry Sisson.
It's probably his sister or something.
Well, no, I think it's just a girl that he knows, but she's too scared of being called gay herself to show her face in the picture.
Oh, Trump released another statement on Massie.
Okay, what do you say? Pull it up. Send it here.
Let me see.
He said, please. Remember, he said, please.
He said, please. Oh, what's this? Canadians who are in the United States for 30 days or longer will have to soon be registered with their information. I don't know. What the hell?
Yeah, because we have a bunch of overstays in this country, and they need to get the hell out.
Okay, here it is. Pull it up.
All right. No way it does. Chance to transfer for 2. Rhinos, shrink the government. Also Rhinos, Doge ban. Yeah, I find it funny. It's like Doge the first time they're ever going to actually cut the government. In how many years? Like 50 years, if that? All right, I sent it.
We got a new Trump reaction truth to like use for stuff.
Okay, let's see what Trump. Let's read what Trump had to say about Massie now. Why do you quote Congressman Thomas Massie? Voted to delay the debt ceiling bill for the Biden. What? Why do you quote like? Why do you like put the quotes in Congressman? It's like he's not a real congressman.
Yeah, I guess so. Or maybe his elections were fraudulent or something.
Congressman Thomas Massie voted to delay the debt ceiling bill for the Biden administration, the Trump administration, from September before the election to June after the election, without getting anything for this horrendously stupid move. When Republicans could have gotten everything they wanted, he additionally voted to delay the current budget disaster from the Biden admin for the Trump administration. I was running for office at the time doing my thing, and when I heard about this, it was quite simply hard to believe. A catastrophic mistake. Now, in virtually on every other vote, he's a very simple no. He can't even approve a continuing resolution when he approved them many times in his career as a congressman. Thomas Massie's a grandstander, and the people of Kentucky are going to be watching a very interesting primary in the not distant future. And that's what Trump said.
Okay, so yeah, he is dead serious about. Yeah, I think Massie. I think Massie's getting primaried.
Dumbass.
He's getting primaried.
Freaking. All he had to do was vote yes and keep his mouth shut. That's all he had to do.
But again, we gotta speculate who's gonna run.
We gotta find some schizophrenic. A Randy Fine clone.
Well, I mean Eric Dieters. So.
Yeah, Eric Dieters. I forgot about him. Yeah, Eric Dieters.
Yeah, I think he's probably gonna run again. I mean, Chris LaSavita. I mean, I don't know if he's actually gonna run or if he's just like trying to get involved, like financially or something.
We'll see.
But again, he lives in Virginia, so it'd be a carpet bagging if he did.
American Nerd for 5. Rap. The only thing that Bondi had going for her is she's super loyal to Trump, but that's not good. That's not enough anymore. We need a fighter, not a yes person. I agree.
Also, I highly doubt Maddox would run against Massie. I think they're like very much aligned with each other. So you're probably looking at somebody who will likely be a downgrade, but will at the same time be a yes man to Trump.
Massie get replaced by the problem with removing Massie is the AIPAC stuff. I'm not denying that, but
okay, listen. With the whole AIPAC stuff, like one of the primary billionaires that gives the most amount of money to Thomas Massie is a pro-Israel outlet that like told him, has explicitly prevented him from keeping us sending foreign aid to Israel. I know it's like something that would never pass in Congress, but like he was criticizing foreign aid to Ukraine, but he never criticized foreign aid to Israel because of that specific connection. I know that it's really good for that we have someone in Congress like talking about AIPAC and making sure that we try to get foreign influence out of Congress, but he's not fucking impervious to it. I hate this whole white knight. He's 100% principled. No, he gets paid from people just like everybody else. He's in the game. He's in the game and he's not playing it. And that's what Trump's problem is with him. He's not playing the fucking game.
Yeah, he's never trying to play. He's like pausing it or whatever. He's quitting. He's like rage quitting.
Yeah, that's why he's being called a grandstander. He's being called a grandstander because nothing that he's doing actually accomplishes anything except for, beats his little chest and his drum and gets him a little bit more support from his base. That's it. There's nothing actually being accomplished by what Massie's doing. That's the problem.
All right. Let's see. Never trust a blue again. What? At least Massey has the balls real against. Again, Massey, I'm not denying. Guys, no one is against what Massey's saying about AIPAC, but if that's
Also,
your only
I
thing,
think Catherine was also having a moment about Massie.
oh gosh.
He needs to reckon himself to power. He has to take power and seize it. He needs to have a different concept of power, because right now his current concept of power is going to wash all of his legitimacy, all of his fame down the fucking drain, and he's not going to get anything accomplished. If he wants libertarian principles to pass in Congress, if he wants to be influential, he needs to step up and actually play the game. And if he doesn't, then he needs to get out.
Yeah. All right, he can't fundraise. Yeah, that's another thing. Like, none of the Freedom Caucus could fundraise. So what does he even do?
Yeah, it won't even be a Freedom Caucus person that runs against him. It's gonna be some. It's either gonna be basically an establishment guy that's just Trump yes man, or it'll be some like very schizo like Marjorie Taylor Greene type.
And that person's going to have both AIPAC money and Trump endorsement. So that is a very scary situation for Massie to be in. I'm not saying he's going to lose. I'm just saying like that's the most pressure that's been against him before. That's pretty bad.
I mean, whoever runs against him will probably also just tie him to Hamas.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh jeez.
I just realized, didn't Massie literally like vote against like fining like Adam Schiff or something? I could have sworn he like voted against that because of principles or something. Man, what a very conservative guy.
Man, if this is the direction it takes, people are really going to hate the Thomas Massie primary. They're going to be like, oh, geez, I can imagine. There's a whole chunk of Twitter that's going to be pissed off about what they say about Thomas Massie. Thomas Massie slander is going to be pretty bad.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Hold up, everybody. Breaking. The stock market has just entered correction territory. Yikes. Yikes. It has finally happened. Oof.
It's the Blumph economy.
The Blumph economy now. Then in a month would be the Biden economy again.
Yeah. Literally on the exact same day, you have the Biden economy with the eggs, dropping, and then the Trump economy with the stock market. Pick a fucking side. I mean,
no, they're gonna keep going back and forth. It's gonna be the Biden economy. No, the Trump economy. No, the Biden economy. I don't know. What does correction territory mean for the stocks? Not good. That means a pretty big drop. That's what it means.
Probably like recession or something.
It just, well, not necessarily. It just means the stock market went down the shitter. So.
We had a hard correction that anybody could see coming from last year's spending all going into this year. And, we're trying to... It
was bound to happen. It's like, would you rather have happen like right away and then have economic boom later? Or just keep kicking the can down the road?
Yeah, again, remember, the correction actually gives us room to maneuver and navigate. It's actually really more important because it was always going to collapse. And if it collapsed later, it would be more politically problematic for us than right now. Yeah. And that's what I said yesterday, basically.
All right. Republicans need to move the goalpost too. Yeah, they gotta say, hey, see, Trump's policies. Trump was left with a mess, and he fixed the policies within a month.
Jacob Martin, you're so true. Stock market's on sale. So
That's
bye.
real. Bye. Well, I'm not a stock market guy. Don't quote me, but totally buy.
Yeah, we're not giving financial advice. I just found that comment funny.
Yeah. Hold on. What did Justin Amash say? Oh gosh,
something about Massie. I'm guessing. I don't know.
This freaking loser. Okay. This is what Amash said. Today, House Republicans will vote again almost unanimously to keep Biden's agenda going with a CR that continues his spending levels and priorities. And Democrats will go all in on opposing that Biden CR because this time it's Republicans who want it. It's all just theater. So, the Republicans voted in favor of this there, guy. Your best friend, Thomas Massie, supported it.
Some other news that we got here.
Oh, what a freaking loser. Wow. Justin Amash, he is utterly worthless.
A transgender OnlyFans performer has been appointed to serve on the Linwood City Council in Washington.
Excuse me, what? Say that again?
A transgender OnlyFans performer has been appointed to the Linwood, Washington City Council.
Listen, can
Remember,
we have another flood?
Remember, this is the same state that wanted to take out George Washington from their flag because of slavery or something.
Can we get rid of can we have another flood?
You give Washington to Canada, I guess. Honestly,
yeah, just give it. We take Alberta, they take Canada.
Honestly, British Columbia can have them. British Columbia can have them.
Yeah, you guys can have it.
They're basically the same place, anyways.
Dawson Hawkins for 2. Garland Gillicrest is running for Michigan governor.
Actually, Washington kind of seems like a mixture between British Columbia and Alberta. Like Alberta's kind of like the eastern side with like Spokane and Yakima.
Yeah, we'll take Alberta. They can have Washington.
Also, only 14 members of Congress signed a letter calling for the release of Mahmoud Khalil.
That's it?
Yeah, 14. That includes Rashida Tlaib, Mark Pocan, Nydia Velasquez, Delia C. Ramirez, Ilhan Omar, Jasmine Crockett, Summer Lee, Ayanna Presley, Latifah Simon, Gwen Moore, Nikema Williams, Al Green, Andre Carson, and James McGovern.
I don't know about that. That's
that's a whole.
That's a group of winners. Right, that's a group of winners, isn't it?
Yeah, but even in the Mahmoud thing is also this guy was like an actual. Wasn't this guy actually making like terroristic threats and shit?
He was organizing really shitty things. That's what he was doing.
Oh, it's free speech. You can't.
It's free. That's free speech. But when you like pray at like an abortion clinic, that's like hate speech. It's a scam.
I have the best intellectual on Twitter, Joshua Reed Eagle, claimed that this was phase 1 of getting rid of the First Amendment.
Wait, what the hell is this? What the hell? So okay,
what happened?
Alina Habba, she was one of Trump's like attorneys. Hold up, I gotta pull this up. Is this real? Oh my gosh. So, you guys remember how during Biden's presidency, they had that shitty, like, Oval Office thing, like, that weird set for, like, when he signed stuff? Mm-hmm. Well, she actually found it. They actually found the actual set of this thing. And I have some questions. Why is there an audience section? Like, a live audience? What the hell is this?
Is that supposed to be like a talk show? Is this like Oprah or something?
This is the set that Biden was on signing stuff.
I'm guessing that's like the media or something. I don't know what the fuck.
What the hell is this? So it was all fake.
Well, yeah, of course.
This
fake.
whole presidency is. Why is there? First of all, why is there a soundstage?
Because COVID.
Why couldn't he sign the stuff in the White House?
Democracy.
What the hell is this? So, what was this, like, oh my gosh. What was Biden doing? Like, he had, like, a talk show we didn't know about?
I guess.
It's all fake.
Or was this Kamala? Actually, I'm wondering if this was Kamala Harris, preparation for entering the Oval Office. Maybe she wanted to have she wanted to have like a daily talk show or something, like, she's like Oprah or something. Is she like interviewing a bunch of celebrities? Which honestly wouldn't be, honestly, that actually wouldn't be far-fetched, considering she basically spent her entire campaign basically sucking Hollywood's, you know what.
This is insane. So, like, why the hell do they have to have this shitty studio for this? Why? We were literally ran by theater kids. It's not even a joke anymore. We were actually ran by theater kids.
Yep.
American Nerd for 5. Radical Politics posted a video last night about Republicans in southern counties in Illinois trying to secede and join Indiana. Greater Idaho 2. What do you think? That's never going to happen.
Not gonna happen. Not happening. Not happening. The Chicago elite won't let it happen, and Chicago elite control the whole state.
It is pretty crazy that it was like 33 whole counties. I mean, it's crazy.
They're sick of it, but they can't do anything about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's nothing's gonna happen.
This is why we keep them there, because there's a chance that we could make something happen in Illinois. That's what I'll say.
Rose DeLauro was posting TikTok edits. That's so Jover.
Yeah. So yeah,
and here's another thing too. Moin Jersey's talked about this a lot, but I don't think we should concede cities like Chicago. I think you should actually like try to make them better again. You should just like concede that they have to be crap, you know, because like Chicago is like a pretty nice city, at least like the downtown. We should just concede them to the Dems.
My whole business has always been let the sensible people like do their own thing, and then come back and eat the city later. Because I mean, like the way the city's run, it's going to destroy itself. So once the city's destroyed, go back in, take it back, fix it. You know.
All right. K Cup for 2. I'm Joe Biden, and welcome to You Don't Know Jack. Oh my gosh. The sad part is like, why do they have to build a whole set? That's my question. I'm still confused. How much money was burnt through this? Because, you know, like, these are government wages. These are government wages.
It's USAID.
Yeah, it's USAID. How many, like, how much would I bet they spend like $1 billion on this set? For what purpose? What was the point of it? Just go to the Oval Office.
Well,
because they wanted their TV show for their celebrity friends and. But
no, this is where Biden was signing stuff. Real text. Like Biden was in this office signing stuff.
Yeah, I figured.
I mean, honestly, he was probably going to pass it over to Harris to use as a talk show. You know what? I'm dying on that hill. I think she genuinely wanted to do some sort of talk show to connect to the American people and, you know, only interview celebrities. But that's democracy.
And I'm not gonna say this in a conspiratorial way, but I think for a lot of this, it was because that was a more easily controlled environment where they could do a lot of video edits that they possibly couldn't do in the actual Oval Office.
Because it was the actual Oval Office, they couldn't hide shit.
Yep.
Because you know the weirdest thing is like under Biden, like you know under Trump, it's like every single day the media's in the Oval Office. When Trump's there, they're in the Oval Office with them. How many times is that the case with Biden?
Oh, here's an idea. If they want to shoot something in the morning, but they want to look like it was recorded in the evening, then they can use that kind of setting to manipulate the light more than they can in the Oval Office.
Yeah, that kind of I guess that's
makes what I think happened here. Because like they would also always post stuff, but it's like, wait, why is he always in the studio?
I guess especially when the Bidens, got a lot of dementia and stuff.
Well, yeah, when Biden can't stay. I mean, remember, like they literally said, yeah, according to Axios, it's like, yeah, he can stay. He wakes up at 11 a.m. and he stays awake till 3 p.m. That's what they literally admitted to. So they have like 4 hours of like, oh crap, guys, we got 4 hours to record like a bunch of stuff. Quick, get him in the studio. All right. They had to trick Joe to keep him away from the public. At the kids' table. But this is sad that this is real. It really demonstrates we were ran by theater kids for years.
Yeah, it's closest we've gotten to like FDR's last year or a year and a half or so, back at the start of 44 was really when he stopped losing his like critical faculties. And it was like noticed in like diplomatic conversations and everything.
Yeah, I think a better comparison is Wilson, probably. His wife ran everything.
Yeah.
His wife ran the show.
And then he saw FDR die in office after, I don't think it was a stroke. It was like a hemorrhage. And
yeah, FDR was still kind of there. He was starting to lose it, but he was still there, kind of. Chance is raising for 5. Rick Wilson's shilling for USAID's wasteful spending on Twitter. So much from a principled fiscal conservative. Well, Rick Wilson got paid a bunch of money from it, so I'm not surprised.
Rick Wilson's literally a Democrat. Oh, hey, what's up, BA?
Do you guys pee while sitting down?
What the fuck?
Why enter the stream like that? Of all things.
I have no idea. Anyways, what are we discussing right now? I popped in.
So we talked about egg prices going down, inflation.
Something about Biden having a studio for like stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, so and
Thomas Massie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so why did you have to ask that?
I mean, it's a very real question. Do you pee sitting down?
No.
Okay, real Texan.
Oh my god. This is
no. Everyone here has to answer. Real Texan, do you pee sitting down?
I guess if I feel like it, I don't know.
Insane behavior. Luke?
No, I do not.
John Rose, do you pee sitting down?
It's too messy when I do that.
That's fair, and I don't know what that means, but fair enough. I do not pee sitting down.
What was the point of this?
Anyways, continue.
So, oh my gosh. Okay, we're talking like Biden had a fake studio and then egg prices went down and anyways, the thing.
Well, we were talking about a bunch of stuff, but the thing that we were talking about right when you entered was the fact that basically everything that we got from the Biden admin in terms of like video production was all done in this studio. And it was made to look like the Oval Office, but it wasn't the Oval Office, and they used it to manipulate. And my speculation was they used it to manipulate the lighting so that, you know, if they shoot something in the morning, they can make it look like it's in the evening and vice versa. It was just really like totally media controlled presidency. Everything was fake.
Okay,
you're telling me the administration was faked?
Yes.
And my speculation is that the thing was going to be turned over to Harris as when she became president, and she would basically use it as like an Oprah style talk show for the American people.
Oh my gosh, it was be her shitty fireside chat, her shitty like no one cares about. And hold on, we got breaking news.
But obviously she wouldn't. I mean, maybe she'd interview like one person a day, but it would mainly be like a bunch of celebrities and stuff, and gossip. They'll probably do like a bunch of celebrity gossip and whatever.
All right, so we got hold up, yeah. So, breaking. Caroline Levitt says there will be massive consequences for Canada if they shut off electricity. There will be great consequences imposed to Canada if they think about shutting off electricity for the United States and our citizens. So,
grounded invasion of Ontario.
Yeah, take it over. What are you gonna do about it?
The Battle of Niagara Falls.
Oh my gosh. But no, it's like, I don't get what Canada's thinking. Do they actually think they can compete with us?
Yes.
Oh my, I don't know why Canada thinks that. I mean, like, don't
I think because they're part of the G7, I guess. I don't know. We literally, I think, invited the G7 as like a friend. We didn't. They're not like. They have like nothing economically compared to like the rest of the G7.
Yeah.
So I don't get it.
All right.
Anyways, DA, what's your thoughts on Thomas Massie?
He sucks. There are so many better options to go with. He doesn't provide anything of value. Anything he's good on, most Republicans are also good on. He's really shitty at just like backing pretty basic conservative policies.
In the name of principles, though. Yeah, it's principles, though.
Oh, in the names of, yeah, you gotta understand principles. Yeah, that's my problem with lowbirds in general. Even if they're morally on our side, their entire political philosophy is about letting the left win because fighting back is just against their principles.
Yes, it's too. We gotta be
fighting back is too expensive.
My again, and I really was trying to make this point with the funding thing. The people that primarily give the most money to Thomas Massie want to turn back the clock. They just want to be back in the control.
No, but APAC.
Yeah.
Every time I hear someone say that, I just cringe. It's like, yeah, we get the point.
Made it about Israel award.
Yeah, so apparently in the Tennessee House, Republicans are reviving a bill to rename Nashville International Airport after Donald Trump.
That's silly. It should honestly, if you're gonna rename anything after Donald Trump, just rename the Palm Beach Airport.
I think it's funny because it's Nashville and Taylor Swift.
So true.
Honestly, I've been thinking about it. I mean, Dolly Parton probably makes the most sense for the area. But I think, but she's woke. She's a liberal. I mean, she technically is, but
yeah,
she has more ties to Nashville than Donald Trump.
I think, like, at the front, it shouldn't say Nashville International Airport or Trump International Airport. It should just say, I hate Taylor Swift, ! That's on the front of the
yeah, it's just like,
airport.
So every time Taylor Swift has to go there, it's like, oh, God.
I hate Taylor Swift International Airport.
Honestly, he should do that. Why not?
It'll probably pass, though. I guess they're probably going to rename it after Trump, which is stupid, but, you know.
All right.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Nashville Airport of all places, really?
Yeah, make it Palm Beach.
Oh, but we can't because I don't. Why can't they? Why not Palm Beach? Because it's too small, and we have to slap his name on like the big ones because he's our king. I don't know.
Yes.
All right, so I think last calls for super chats, folks. Last calls for super chats. Send them now. Last calls, everybody.
Or I guess technically, I mean, actually, who owns the Nashville International Airport? Is it actually owned by the states? I gotta look. It's not even owned by the state. It's owned by like Metropolitan Nashville Airport Authority. So why does the state get to rename it? I don't get it.
Because reasons.
Yeah, Palm Beach Airport is ran by Palm Beach County. So
Metropolitan Nashville Airport Authority is a public entity created by the Metropolitan Government of Nashville.
Okay, interesting.
So, yeah.
All right.
Which again is a very blue city. So why would they name it after Trump?
Reasons, because Orange Man.
Because I hate Taylor Swift.
That's real.
I hate her.
All right. So anyways,
yeah, like I'm sorry, guys. I don't want every single airport. I don't want a random airport in some city to be named after Trump. Because,
okay, guys, I have an idea. I have an idea. We name every single airport in America, no matter how big or small, after Donald J. Trump.
That's real.
So true. The King of America.
Imagine in 50 years, like instead of like Springfield being the city name across the country, it's just like Trump is the name of like 200 cities.
Yeah, it's just old Trumpville. It's like
yeah. Can we name every county Trump County?
Instead of Republican town is Trump town.
Yeah, well, I mean, aren't most Republicans consider themselves like Trump supporters first and Republicans second?
Yeah,
it basically is Trump town.
It is Trump town now. We're not Republican town, Trump town.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Charlie Howard for 5. Hey, Rap, in your opinion, which Rhino House Senate GOP candidates that don't already have a primary challenger 26 should we target? There's some bad ones.
Do you guys support rebranding the GOP?
Depends.
Do you guys pee sitting down?
Oh my gosh. I don't know, but as for the primary targets, I'm guessing like someone like who's a shitty Republican that no one talks about.
Everyone, all of them.
The guy from Mississippi who wanted to nuke Russia.
Yeah, Womack. He's up there.
No, the guy from Mississippi, Ricker. He was the one who wanted to like nuke.
Yeah, so basically the entire Mississippi delegation. Get rid of all of them. They all suck.
Including Benny Thompson. He's also got to go.
That's real. K-Cup for 2.
I'm telling you. You can draw a majority black Trump district in Mississippi now. And I say we do it.
All right. Jared the American for K-Cup for 2. United States of Trump. Orange and blonde flag. That's real. Jared the American for 2. Did you hear about the InfoWars reporter? Yeah, he got shot or something.
Gunned down in Austin.
That's always... Austin.
Apparently he was on a Ukraine hit list, too.
I don't know. We'll see. But everybody, I think we're going to end the stream here. If you guys did enjoy, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, and of course, join the channel today. I think that's it.
Wait, there's one more thing of news. That's pretty big. We didn't talk about the Philippines.
What about the Philippines? Oh, yeah, the guy got... The ICC went after him.
The guy that basically did everything in his power to end, sex trafficking and drug trafficking is now being indicted for violations of the human rights because we apparently care about the human rights of those groups of people.
Yeah, the thing.
Yeah, it's human rights to allow sex trafficking and drug trafficking across borders because democracy.
All right, so I think that's it, everybody. We shall see you guys.
Trump should give him refuge in the U.S. That's what should happen.
That's real.
This is why Disney.
We don't recognize ICC.
This is why Disney hid Sound of Freedom. By the way,
Yeah.
Honestly, how about we just take back the Philippines and make it our 53rd state after Canada and Mexico and
don't forget about Greenland, you guys. Don't forget.
Yeah. Okay. So we're making our 54th then, and we'll just. Yeah, let Rodrigo become eternal governor or something. I don't know.
Anyways, folks, I'm going to end the stream here. If you guys did enjoy, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, and of course, join the channel today. We shall see you guys in the next stream, video, or wherever you see us at. Godspeed to all of you.